Hello, it's Graham and I'm back in the cooking cupboard today. Just got back from washing my hands and today I'm going to show you how to make a cheese and spinach quiche. So I've got my ingredients here. I've got some grated cheese, I've got some fresh mozzarella and some blue cheese. I'm cheating with some ready-made pastry, but you can make your own. I've got spinach, cream, eggs, salt and pepper, and I've got some greaseproof paper, a baking tin and some baking beans. To start with, I've put the oven on at 175 degrees Celsius, and because I'm cheating and I've got ready-made pastry, I'm just going to line my baking tin and then prepare the rest of the ingredients. So I've opened my pastry packet and I've got my tin and I'm just going to unroll it. So we're just going to fettle the pastry in to our baking tin. So we've lined our baking dish and now you're just going to take a fork and gently prod it into the base of your pastry, making little holes as you go to help it cook better. So once you've done that, you take your greaseproof paper. I've scrunched it up a bit to make it easier to fold down. Then you take your beans, baking beans or whatever you've got, rice it could be, and you just add that as some weight to stop your pastry bubbling up. So there we go, there's the first bit of beans. So now we're going to do something called blind baking, where we're going to bake the pastry without a proper filling in it. So that's going in the oven at 170 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. So in the meantime, we can start prepping our filling. So I'm just chopping up a big shallot and some garlic, and we're going to pop those in a pan and saute them in a minute with some butter and a little bit of olive oil. So our pastry has finished blind baking, so we're going to get it out of the oven now. Be very careful, it's hot. And so once that's out of the oven, you can now very carefully remove the baking beans. So now we're going to pop it back in the oven for 10 minutes until it's got a nice golden colour. So now we're going to start working on our filling. So we're going to crack 3 medium-sized eggs. And now we just add a little bit of salt and pepper. So then you take your whisk and beat your eggs. Make sure they're mixed completely together. And now we're going to add 250 millilitres of double cream and whisk that in as well. So we now need to get our pastry out of the oven, which is now blind baked. And we're going to start work on our filling. So we take our spinach and put it in a colander and squeeze out any excess moisture. So I'm just squeezing that with the back of a fork, getting out all the moisture so that your mixture doesn't get too runny when you bake it. So we've got all our filling ready. We're going to bring our base back and start filling. I begin with the grated cheese. A nice layer of cheese on the base of your flan. Here we go. Then we add our spinach, as much or as little as you like. And so now I'm going to put a bit more cheese on, a bit more grated cheese, and then I'm going to go in with some mozzarella and some blue cheese. And now we're going to add the egg and cream mixture. I've got a ladle to do this. So we've loaded our cheese, and now we're going to put our cream and egg mixture all over it. So now we're going to pop it in the oven. Oops, I've got a bit of a leak there. So here comes my robotic arm to help me stop the leak. Back in the oven, close the door and cook for 35 minutes. So we've got our quiche out of the oven, and there it is. It needs to be nice and golden on the top, and if you check it out, it should have a nice little wobble on it. So if you can see that, it's nice and wobbly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave it to cool down for a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll take it out of the tin. So it's nice and cool, and we're just going to prop that up, release the spring and take the side off, and there's your quiche. Looks a bit rustic, but it looks good. So we're now going to cut a slice and see what this bad boy tastes like. So there we are, guys, spinach and cheese quiche. Here's my supper with a jacket potato and a bit of salad. And don't forget to have a go yourselves. It's a bit tricky, so you might want a bit of help with it. I'd love to see your photos and videos of you having a go. See you on the next one. Stay safe, everyone.